And my mic's not on. Gotta make sure everything's working here. Okay? What's up? How's everybody doing? Did everybody have a good weekend? I hope that you did. I hope that you did. We're gonna get into this. I look at the Fed funds rate or these predictions as I look at the weather. So what's up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Again, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I want to go over a few charts. I want to give you my thoughts on the market. All right, where do we go? How did I feel Friday? How do I feel now? All right, I wish I was able to get more work in over the weekend, but it's like you got to pick and choose where are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know, if you hear my cat in the background, I'm sorry, she's upset. She's just mad. She's throwing a tissy fit for some odd reason. So she's got her little cigar that I got her. She's got a little cigar, not a real cigar. It's got catnip. She got her Cuban. I got her a little Cuban. All right, so first things first. All right. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm not a financial advisor. Again, this is just my thoughts. Anything I say on here. So let's get into it, guys. So first things first, guys. I want to look, guys and girls. I want to look into the TLT. All right. I've been looking at the TLT. All right. This is the TLT here. This is the 20-year Treasury, if you don't know. So I've said, for a while now, that I think people are too early. Depending on how you trade it. Now, personally, I've only traded TLT twice. I traded TLT during 2020 when the whole COVID thing had happened. I don't think I shorted it in 2020 either, which I don't know why I didn't. There was just so much other things going on. It was look at this. I mean, look at this. This is probably where I should have been. Of course, this is some time here. You're talking a whole full year here. Unless you're buying leaps on puts, but nonetheless, there was still some great opportunity. So I'm going to cover TLT. All right, I'll give you my thoughts on that as well. All right, we're going to go over the SPY. So we're going to go over the SPY. We'll go over the Qs. If you guys want to put in the chat some tickers, questions, anything you want to know. I mean, this is an action-packed week to an extent. All right. We have non-farm payrolls on Friday. Yeah, non-farm payrolls on Friday. And a couple other things. We'll go over that. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and go over them now. Why is that up? And I promise I'm going to get better at this. It's going to be more pleasurable. Type in the questions, or type in some questions and some tickers. If there's anything you guys want to ask me personally or whatever. Game 7. Who do you got? I was kind of thinking, Celtics win, do we get a green week? The Heat win, do we get a red week? What is it? So, I don't know. We'll have to see. But so Friday, I'll get into that when I get to the SPY. But Friday, guys, I felt like we could get a pullback. I felt like we could get a pullback in the markets. How do I feel today? You know what? I have no real... I'm going to look at the chart again because out of this 3-day weekend, I have literally not looked at a chart. And that's not me, but there was just a lot going on. Again, if you don't know, I lost a family member, one of my cousins, my little cousin, and it's so sad. He was so young, such a good person, wouldn't harm a soul. Wouldn't harm a soul, wouldn't hurt a fly on the wall. It's just very sad. It's very sad because, again, for all those reasons. But anyway, I was close with his dad when I grew up, and I used to watch him and his sister all the time and everything. So it's just very, very sad. It's just very sad. So, I hate that it takes this kind of shit, right? It takes this kind of shit to make sure I say to you, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them, okay? We don't know how long we're going to be here for. Tomorrow is never promised. You don't know when it's going to be your last day. Tell them you love them. Number 2, Spend as much time with them as you can. Time not only goes by so quick, but we only have so much time, and we don't know how much time we have. All right? So, that's why I hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend, I also, there are people that probably didn't. And even related to the market, I said it Friday, I got into it a little bit, that, if you had a bad week, don't use up the whole week, but definitely go back. Go back, see what you did wrong, you know, and dig in personally. What was your sleep like? What was going on at the time? Were you trying to bring your thoughts and how you feel about the market and everything that's going on? Were you trying to say, market, you got to go down, or market, you got to go up? Like, read the chart. We can teach you that. We can teach you how to professionally read the chart here, guys. You know, um, we don't try to sugarcoat anything. There's a reason why professional. I'm not gonna say professional money managers. That's the wrong, but hedge funds, right? Hedge funds in particular. There's a reason why there's not necessarily like human bodies in the mutual in the hedge fund world. They exist, but you know it's slim. The job loss there from computers has been it's not the same as it was. It's not the same as it used to be. Um, so you have to do the best you can to be a computer, but you have to know these things. Like there's things that you also need to know. The psychology, like I swear to you, psychology is every bit about the market. Okay, psychology not only in just you yourself taking trades, but usually market direction. What did I say? What did I say, y'all? I said everybody's sitting here talking about 430 this, 430 that. Hell, 480. Did I miss the bottom? We didn't even break 420, guys. You know what I mean? Though, so take that in. You got to take that kind of stuff into consideration. I had a really good week last week. I could only pray that each and every one of you that are watching this had a great week. But again, I know the market. For every winner, there is a loser. All right, you got to get good at losing. You got to get really good at losing. You got to be better at losing than you are winning. All right, because if you're real good at losing, they're gonna be like this, and you can let you let your winners go, man. You don't let them just go, and then you've let them go so damn much that they're red. No, we also don't do that. We read the chart. We read and react. We read and react. Okay? We use a whole lot of things here and try to put it into one and say, you know what? The probability of this is pretty good. So I like that. I'm going to put on the risk. And I'm going to minimize that risk because I'm going to put my entry where it belongs. Personally, in my head, no, don't buy. It's going down. Stop it. That's when you need to buy. Like, you just trust your levels. I don't feel that way now. Okay, I've been doing this for a while now. I've been doing this for a while. Long time, I guess. I don't know. Long time may be different. My long time may be different from yours. So I don't go through that, but I used to. And I know how hard it is. Now, I'm not sitting here saying either fight the trend. That is the top. No. Like I said, come learn. All right? Monday through Friday. Ivy League trading. All right? We're here. We're trading. News. All that good stuff, guys and gals. So let's get into it. All right? This is the economic calendar. Okay? Not necessarily much today, but there is. You got a little bit. Got building permit stuff in. Not sure how much that affects us. How much our home builders have in other countries. How much source of revenue and business they do. But I'm sure it could lead to something. I'm sure there's a tree root that goes to something, whether it's material, wood, copper. Everybody's been talking about copper for the last while. I'm gonna have to look into that. I don't know. Economic sentiment. So AI, obviously, guys, we know has been going nuts. I took AI last week as a trade. We took a lot of things, man. We took, I think, shit. We had, I don't know. Our two losers were practically red, or our two losers were practically green. So that's what I mean by being really good at losing. You know what I mean? Being really good at losing. So we're gonna get into some trades and stuff. Go ahead, man. Post some tickers, questions, whatever you have in chat. All right. So K Schiller, home price index. All right. I'm gonna go through this again, guys, because I haven't had much time. So before the morning, I'm gonna have my T's crossed and my I's dotted. This housing data here is pretty cool to watch. Remember what I said too? Are you guys watching for this stuff? 3-month bond, 6-month bond, or bill? I'm sorry, same difference. Um, Not necessarily, but it is. It's the same difference. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? 3 months, 5.25%. Think about the people who locked in. Oh, and we're going to talk to debt ceiling. Obviously, that's the number one thing, right? My question is, what is all the clickbaiters now going to go to? All the, the bull or the bears that say they're bears, but go long during the day. They just spread a bunch of crap, and then like they position completely different because it gets views. So, all right, look at that though. It's insane. They were locking in six something. I'm pretty sure over 6%. You know. Ending what maturity was it? June 6th through the 15th. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do, guys. Like I said, it was a very busy weekend. Let's see here. Like I say, I also, the reason I leave all this up is because, I also look at other countries. You have to. Again, if you don't know, 80% of the S&P 500 does business outside of the US. So keep that in mind. All right. JOLTS job openings, like I thought. We're not really going to get much data until Thursday or Friday. So that's Wednesday. All right. JOLTS will be. So, again, there may be some stuff on here that I'm missing. We do have some Fed speakers. Harker, Jefferson. I am already aware of the Fed speaking. I'm going to pay attention to this here also, guys. I want to see the EU. I want to see I'm going to start watching this. Okay? I want to start watching this. Let's see here. They looking like, I don't know. That's weird. It's weird. No change. Now that's the thing, guys. So we're coming into the summer. We didn't really have much of a winter either, though. I know. Let's just take it construction. It used to be we would get snow. You got snow. You had holidays. Really, Christmas, New Year, and then there was just 2-3 months there where you would be laid off. Like honestly, you would just be laid off. Because they would not go ahead and from fuel, and you guys gotta understand too. So like along what used to be, if you would get fuel and you would get all these, your material would get ruined. You get fuel, you put it in your 1,000-gallon tank, and if it's just sitting there, it builds, like it's not good. It builds up, whatever. I'm not a chemist here, but I know it builds up like bacteria type stuff. So 3-4 months out of the year, they would just lay off. Literally, you would go, you would try, you would see what's up, but then it was like, they didn't even try. This is how, how it used to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying everybody, you would try and work through the winter, but if it got to a point where there's just snow on the ground and it's wet, especially for, let's just say, like site work, trying to build a carpentry, like where you're building a home, you have nothing up yet and it's snowing and raining, and how are you supposed to pour concrete and pavement? It's not gonna. The finishes. It's not gonna fit right, or it's not gonna seal right, especially for like paving, all that stuff. Yes, you can. There's blankets. Trust me, I know about all this shit. But you don't want to do that. and then your shit's cracking, the roofing, you put it on when it's really cold, and then the shit's cracking, the nails are going through it. Like, I know, it's just common sense. It's just best to do it when the weather's nice and things can settle in and heal correctly. All right, so you know what? Another thing too, guys, we gotta watch that because there were a lot of tornadoes a while back. So if anybody is, so I have the game on over here. I'm not sure if anybody else is watching the game or not. So if anybody took Boston, whether it's money line, spread, this is not a guarantee or anything, but listen to me, bro. Listen to me. I'm very good. All right, I stay in my lane. I play the NFL and stuff, but college football, college basketball, y'all gonna watch out. Y'all gonna see this face. I got the receipts, okay? Been in the game for a long time, all right? A long time. A lot of people can say that, I hate to say that kind of shit, but, hand over fist, I pick and choose my spots, all right? I'm just good at what I do, and I stay in my lane. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, this is the thing about but doing something for for a good amount of time. If I was recording, I would edit it and whatever. So, doing something for a while, you would know, right? Like, you bet Boston, you're down what? Over 10 points? You're down under 10 points. This is bad. Listen to me. This is where you want to be. This is good. Because all those people that have heat, not to say that they won't win, all right? Not to say that they won't win. And I also don't know if Tatum's still playing or not, if he got injured. But you technically you kind of want to be in that spot, man. They got to turn it around, obviously, but that spread was pretty wide. Just remember, guys, I just been in the game for a while. That usually I like this when I start. If you start feeling nervous, that's something you should grasp his hand and say, yes, things are good. Because if you're up the whole game and you're happy, you're like, yes, bro. 80%, I'm going to say damn near 90% of the time, you got a goddamn losing ticket. I think maybe the only one time I can remember, it was like Tennessee and Arizona. And Tennessee, I think, just went that whole game. And then Arizona started to come back, and I'm like, I knew it. The final fucking 3 minutes, Tennessee literally led the whole game. But they pulled it off. And I'm like, no, I don't like this. They're going to come back. I don't know if any of you guys remembered. It was about 2 years ago. Not this season, maybe the season prior. Yeah, so I don't like being in those situations. Kansas City, we had them. We had Kansas City. I told my mom, I said, yeah, Eagles are winning. They're doing all this and that. They were giving them penalties, and I'm like, Mom, they still owe Kansas City 2 penalties. They owe them 2 penalties. What they do, they gave it to them. And that feeling that the Eagles were like, yes, we got a winning ticket. We're going to win the game. I felt good. I'm like, yes, this is... it's not going like it's not nervousness because I don't bet outside of my comfort zone or what I haven't earned or made, because here we earn the right to take risk. So what happened? We won, or Kansas City. We had a winning ticket. So let me get back to this. Good luck if you guys did play the game. Good luck. I hope you guys cash. I really do. I hope you guys cash. What a game! What a game 6 though. Tell me about that ending. What a game 6, guys. So we have ISM Manufacturing. I'm sorry to get off track. We have some crude data coming out. I think oil started to poke its head back into the news a little bit. You had some of the OPEC, one of the OPEC leaders. I think one of them stepped down, I think, or something, and then you had one talking about speculators this, speculators that, so. But yeah, so pretty much, guys, we don't have very much data other than the non-farm payrolls, which I already know about. So who do we get? Let's talk about this. We're gonna talk about this. All right, I look at this like I look at the weather. I don't give a crap about anything unless it's over 80%, first off. Second off, who remembers October? I think it was September, October, possibly November, but I think it was October. The real ones know. The real ones know. Remember when remember when the paper came out at 2 o'clock, and then you had Papa Powell come out and literally like just take back the whole damn thing. Um, I think this is what you're getting here, because I feel as though they need to. I think they need to pause a little bit, and I think they know they need to pause. But I think they're gonna put this in here, okay, and try and possibly, bring the markets down somewhat. They say they don't really care about the markets, but in fact they do, because that is market caps of companies. That is that is inflation itself. The market's going higher, the price is going higher. So we'll see how this goes. We'll have to watch. Now, guess what? Guess what also goes with this? We have CPI a day before Fed. Okay, so the Fed is going to obviously wait. They're going to want to see that data. They've already got the PCE data, all right, last week. That was very important. So let's keep our eyes on this. Now, like I said, I look at this like I look at the weather, and you may read the weather different than I do. All right, still 60%, 65 now. I'm like, okay. Like 50-50, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, if it's going to rain, like where I'm at, if I'm going to get rain, it's going to say 80. You know what I mean? How do I feel about 75? 65 makes me feel a little bit more than 75, but 70, I don't know. It's just me. But, like I say, the fact that it's at 65 now, when it was at 50, I didn't care. I really didn't even. That was a story that was saying, we don't know. We got to see more data. Now they put 65 up here. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking they're trying to do the shake and bake. Give the markets a reason to come down. Give people a reason to start talking. We got Powell. We've got the Fed members. And the Fed members are 50-50. So I want to get into these interest rates, guys. I want to get into these interest rates and how they haven't filtered through the system long enough yet. Now, this is just like a mathematical equation. This is not like set in stone. This is how you do it. I've been going all weekend. I gotta go play with her a little bit, because she's been sitting around the house all weekend and stuff. So anyway, guys, and girls, gotta put that in there. Because it's not just men that do this. There's women out here too. So I'm kind of curious if they're just putting this up here because they just want to, you need something to talk about, like the debt ceiling. We said that they were going to deal. Matter of fact, not we. They said a deal was going to be brought. It's got to be voted for. Okay. As a matter of fact, that I think is until January 2025. It will be the next time we have to worry about it. If it passes and whatnot. I do want to do a little bit more work. I want to see where money's going. Kind of read up on it a little bit. But anyway, guys, 65%. So it's rising. I still think. Watch out, kind of. Well, for this, just don't. I would wait until CPI and whatnot. I really would. I feel like this could be a shake and bake, but. So here you go. We're going to get into it. Have companies felt 5% interest rates yet? Maybe some have, some haven't. It all depends on what industry you're in. Like I said, Ben Mala, okay? My guy, I love him. I love him and his family. It's wonderful that he does what he does. And he also doesn't front. He doesn't bring the bullshit. If things get bad, you're going to see it. He's putting his business out there. He is a true soldier that actually does the work and doesn't talk about the work. He shows you him working. Like me. I don't bullshit. I don't cut around nothing. This is what I do. All right? And all the people that talk about this market, they talk about this, they talk about that. No, trust me, they don't know. Show us your orders. Show us your buys and sells. Talk about the market. Tell us what you think the market could possibly do. Now, we don't know. We go by if this, then that. if that, then this. All right. So, leading into that, 6 months. They say the market looks forward 6 months. The market is a forward looking mechanism, okay? So, if we know that it's a forward looking mechanism, 6 months is, if you were to take, if you were to go back, or yeah, if you were to go back 6 months ago, okay? 3.83% is what companies have felt. If you're going to go by this, if like this is just one analytic tool or way to look at things, you still have about a percent and a quarter left to go for them to be felt. So just give me 1 second here. I do apologize, but I can continue talking. So yeah, I would watch out if that's the case. If six, now I'm going to give you the 12 month, I'm going to give you an 18 month. Okay? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna need a new laptop already. Not already, like it's new, yeah. But, so let's go to the 12 month. Now, I kind of would prefer a 12 to 18 month. I really would. It may take more time. Matter of fact, I know it's going to take more time. 12 months ago, you have just under a percent, guys. So that's 4%, 4.25 left for companies to be felt, and 4% interest rates to filter through the system. Okay? I don't know how this doesn't affect like AI stocks, Nvidia, and all them. That's momentum premium driven. Simply premium momentum hype driven. Again, like I said, don't step in front of it. Don't step in front of it. But you know, just watch out. You need to be educated enough to know when something does. I'm sorry. I just had a brain fart. A blow off top. Okay, you got to know when something is getting ready to have a blow off top, or the vice versa for the downside. And there are tools that you can look at that will show, like, there are indicators. I'm sorry, there are indicators that'll show you or tell you a story other than what the candle's telling you. All right, and then it's up to you, to know when to pull the trigger and when to stop out and admit you're wrong. Okay, usually you get like a nice 8%. Usually it's like 8. When something has like sold off terribly, usually you'll get, let's just say like the banks. You usually will get like a 6-8% bounce back. Okay, people buying, taking advantage of it, short covering, and you get a little bit of both. So so we went through that. All right. Like I said, with this, guys, like you gotta have to wait for CPI and wait. Watch this leading up to like a day or two prior. So I think this is just to get people talking in the market talking. They don't have a decision made. I'm almost certain that they want to pause a little bit. Which brings you back to the Volcker era that they said they wanted to do, which was be like Volcker and just go, 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 go. Than before, in the 70s when they would start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And then Paul Volcker came in and just handled business. All right. So what did we say? We said 6 months. Again, if you could take the time, like, share, and subscribe, that would be so great. It takes a lot of energy. Not even necessarily a lot of energy, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, a lot of time to get this stuff out. And I'm trying to help people that cannot afford to pay $2, $3, $4, $5,000 to join a group, only to get left after a year. A year. Like, come on. So, and we don't paper trade here, okay? If you want to paper trade, that's fine. You know, just know that if you step over, keep it small, please. You know, I'm not telling you to do what to do with your money. But you guys got to just take your time, especially if you're new. Take your time. Take it slow. Just don't look for, as you know, as I know, as bad as you just want to get out of whatever situation it is that you're in, whatever, what have you. Instant gratification is not going to help you, especially when you're new. You got to find something else to do and just, get educated on the market. And then after you get it educated, then you got to put in the time. You got to give it patience. Okay, give it a little patience, guys. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a while. I knew what I was doing after a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah, but like, you only get better with time. You only get better with time. So we went over this. We went over what companies are. What do we think, or what can we use to tell us what we think that the companies have felt? Like what's filtered through the system? Again, this goes through different segments of the market. Real estate, industrial, whatever, insurance. Technology. Everyone's gonna. It's gonna differ. It's gonna differ. Real estate. You're bound by interest rates. Interest rates dictate what you do as either a buyer or a seller. Not the sellers, because the sellers don't want to come down. So once the buyers step away, like Ben said, if you ain't bringing your price down, then you ain't a seller. All right. So 6 months, guys. 3.5, just over 3.5 Fed funds rate. You have about 1.25% to go for the companies to be felt. That's 6 months. 12-month, guys. It's about 1%, just under 1%. So you still, with a year, you still have about 4 to 4.25 worth of rates to be felt and filtered through the system. 18 months, just under 1%. Okay, 5%. What do I have here? Yeah, 5%, about 4.75, which is 4.75%, 5%, has still not yet filtered through the system on the 18-month part. Okay, so think about that. So this is what I mean by giving things time. All right. Again, I've said, when these companies run out of cash and they go back to go get new cash or refinance, and they can't just continue to buy back share, and once that doesn't work, they're going to be paying at a higher interest rate. But a lot of companies, locked in long-term debt at a shorter rate, and we will see who didn't. We will see who didn't. I mean, again, none of us knew this was going to happen. None of us knew this was going to happen. So we'll have to look. And it may be hard because some of these companies we may not even have heard about. But they're out there. There may be some mismanaged companies that might be great shorts. You just have to dig through and read balance sheets. Go to the Russell 3000, 2000, and just skim through companies. I honestly, unless you have something you can tell me to better locate companies like that, like to see whether, they're being ran the way they should be ran. You just got to dig in. You gotta get to work. You gotta dig in. You gotta go. You gotta find it yourself. You gotta find the gold yourself, guys. You just gotta grab a shovel, grab your pickaxe, and just start grinding away. So we're covering rates. Covered the CPI is the day before Fed funds rate. All right. So, like I said, this is why I don't know why it's at 65%, other than the fact that they want to get the markets a little shook. Give something to talk about. You might see it on CNBC, Bloomberg, that they want to keep going. All right, we are almost at a year since they started this. No, we are. We've had 1 year, guys, 1 year. And remember, if it's 6 months, if the market is a mechanism that looks 6 months forward, holy hell, holy hell. So. Only time will tell. I think we're just gonna have to wait, guys. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see. Again, tomorrow is gonna be a lot better show. during the week. Like I said, it was Memorial Day weekend. It was a little tough to do things. I just had a lot going on, and that's no excuse. But sometimes it is what it is. You know, you trade when you can, not when you want. All right, so I want to go over some earnings. Okay, write this down. I could also bring it over to this screen. Um, the only one I really see for Tuesday is HP, maybe Box, U-Haul, Hewlett Packard. Um, Hewlett Packard, HP. I was thinking Helmerich and Payne. That's it's a EMP company. Um, it's like a drilling company. So yeah, Hewlett Packard, HP, Box, U-Haul. Okay, listen. Wednesday, Advanced Auto Parts. Um, Wednesday is a good one though. I know that because Wednesday, guys, we have CrowdStrike. Do you remember the China stuff? Remember the China news we had last week? So I want to continue to. I'm going to go over charts later on tonight. You know, I don't really get many views because there's not that many people here, but I'm going to go over. I still want to go over not only AI stocks, but um, the I want to say like cloud computing stuff, but they're not cloud fucking computing companies. So yeah. Shit, I did. You guys might have to give me 1 second. Sitting here scratching and hit something. So listen, CrowdStrike Wednesday after close, Salesforce after close. What else do we have, guys and gals? C3 AI. We traded it Friday. Okta, Chewy, Nordstrom. These retail stores, guys, you gotta watch for them. They are also ones that could get hit. You know, with this long-term debt stuff that I'm telling you guys about. If they didn't lock in rates at a good price, you know, I'm sure they did, but you know, so Thursday, Dollar General, Macy's, Billy, Hormel. I don't know if what Hormel's liquidity is like. It may not be that bad. So we have Dell, Lululemon after close. Okay, again, sorry. Thursday before open, Dollar General, Macy's, Billy, Hormel, BRP, Dolce Trading. That's about it. Spartan Nash. Okay, and then Thursday after close, guys, Broadcom. Broadcom is a hot damn beast. A hot damn beast. Broadcom, have you guys seen that chart? Alright, Zscaler, Lululemon. Alright, ChargePoint. ChargePoint might be a short. Hell, I haven't looked at them in a while. But we have Dell, Centel 1, and Asana 5 below. I was just at 5 below. Got my little cousins some things. They came over. Alright. 1 minute. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that again. I do apologize. Man, 59-43, guys. It just ain't meant to be. I had this feeling about Boston, and, you know, Tatum's good and all. But damn. You know, I'm just like, damn, how did I think the six, I don't know. You know, I'm in the Mid-Atlantic region, Northeast, and I wanted the Sixers to do well. So there you go. We went through the earnings. All right. Let's see. BTC.com. All right. Again, if you guys have any questions or tickers, put them in the chat. If you could, like, share, and subscribe. All right, so I'm going to go into what I wanted to get into. All right. So I am thinking about TLT. All right. Why am I thinking about TLT? So TLT, as you say, now I am on a weekly chart here. This 50-day moving average has been resistance. You know, you got a decent amount of selling. You know, you got your sell volumes there. Your MACD is also going negative or turning back down, which is on the weekly. So, but the RSI is pretty close. So I wanted to go long on here for this. It's putting in a channel. Okay, it's putting in a channel. So what I want to do, if I want to be long or short, now I am, you know, I still have to do some work. All right. I'm going to go into the S&Ps and stuff in a minute. Now, I was kind of looking for the S&Ps to dwindle to the downside. The way it was looking Friday. But again, I'm going to have to see with this again, because the debt ceiling, you know, it's everything that I was looking at was telling me, yeah, I just preferred the downside. Okay. Sorry about that. I just got a text message. So I'm just telling the clear outside. Alright, guys, gals. So I'm looking at TLT. I want to see where TLT opens up. Alright, and at the same time, I'm going to be watching the 10-year. One goes one way, one goes the other, you know. Now that doesn't mean to just buy both and then try and cut the loser and then it flip on you and then you just, you know, it didn't work out for you. That's not how you hedge a position. Sorry, let me just. Alright, so I got the little girl here. Of course. I know, of course. It's okay, Mama. I know. Alright. Let's go over here real quick. I know, baby. Just give me a minute and I'll let you over, okay? I'll let you over in a minute, okay? Don't be mad. Alright, so let me. I want to get in on TLT, guys. I'm just looking at, as of right now, I'm just looking, you know. I'm looking here, okay? Look at this level. Ah, babies, I know you're so tired. So, this is my bottom end. And I want to see. Okay, so, I want to see if we can break up. There's so much stuff going on right now. I just can't because I got to get the light outside, everything. There's fireworks going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. There's just like so much. The game. So, I want to see if we base here, guys, or if this breaks, okay? It's around it's $100. It's around $100. And now I've been watching TLT for a while. Now I want to see what happens with the S&Ps. I want to see what happens with the market, the Qs, you know, news about, maybe it won't pass. Maybe it won't pass. I'm not saying yes to this. I'm not going to do my job as a public servant. Even though I signed up for it. I just signed up for the money and the fame. Alright, so that's my level, guys. Alright. Now I'm gonna know more about it tomorrow and going through the week. Okay, so I'm gonna watch TLT. I kinda wanna watch TLT to let's see what we're doing. I kinda think might even be a short, guys. You know, I don't know how much further it has in it. We got a nice double bottom here. Alright. Nice little volume. Alright. So, dude, really? You gotta be kidding me. I don't hate it, but I'm not gonna say it. So, now this is a 30-minute chart, okay? It's a little overextended in one day. Alright, not that I really worry about the RSI. You could pull back and it pull back greatly, and you can only come down a little bit. You know, you can come down, test support, and then the damn RSI is down here. So, you know, as of right now, I'm kind of looking to the long side on TLT, but you want to get things when there's a breakout. Like I don't know if this is going to be the week to really play it. You know, this would have been great. You know, if you could have caught Friday's move, yeah, that was a nice play. You know, that was a nice play. Or here, you know. But really, look at this double bottom, y'all. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Right at this base. Now, this is off of the daily, so I can fine-tune it, you know, as I'm going to do. But, you know, so I'm looking at TLT, guys. I'm looking at TLT. If you guys want to join me live tomorrow, Monday through Friday, 7 to 4, Ivy League Trading, Stock Market Live. Let's go to the SPY. Hold on. That's because. I want to watch the 10-year, guys. So my thoughts, okay? My thoughts. Do you think inflation is going to keep up? Do you think it's going to continue up? Is it going to be sticky? Or is it like maybe it was transitory? What if it was and they just didn't give it enough time? They gave it about 8 months, or I'm sorry, they gave it about 6 months to say, oh, we got to go crazy. We got to go crazy. We got to go to 20. We got to raise interest rates to 20%, 18%. Paul Volcker. You know, China's opened back up. You know, yeah, the job market's pretty strong. There was a lot of money filtering through the system and all. But what if it was transitory, guys? What if it was? Just think about that. What if it was? Yes, we have a war going on. There were some issues that, you know, they had to get in, you know, try to like some hurdles, you know, because Ukraine and Russia are big exporters of a lot of things. They're exporters of a lot of things. So, like I said, with that said, you know, I've got my eye on TLT at this level, and the reason is because I'm watching it here because I do not want to miss and see it next week, not like this upcoming week, but next week, and it's back at 108, or by the end of this week it's back at 106 or something like that. You know, I don't know. Yeah, because I've already kicked myself in the tail twice. I mean, let's go back to the daily chart or even an hourly. You know, go back to an hourly. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at the times that we had to be able to buy this at 100, and here you go. It goes right back up to 108 or so. Now listen, it has been making lower highs. That lower low has not come in yet. So, all right. So that's what I'm watching. That's one thing so far is on my list. Okay, I kind of wanted to I hope I didn't make that permanent. I'll have to go back and find out. It's whatever. So that's on my list, guys. Now the S&P, it looked like it was putting in a nice long base to go higher. But I was thinking, like I said, Friday, I was kind of already thinking the following week I'd like to be a little short. I'd like to be on the short side personally, but no I have no like sense of what I think it should or should not do. So, again, man, we can go over Nvidia, AI, and all. I'm gonna go over them in the morning. So again, if you can join us, maybe like, subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay. So we talked about last week the cues. We said, why did we go long? Why were we short? Okay. Why did I come on here and say Friday morning 417 on the SPY? Where did we this is the weekly. I'd have to go to the daily. But I told you, I told you guys that 417 is probably in the picture today, and that was Friday morning. All right, it's because I use, I know how to read a chart. I use all the tools that I have. There's other things that I use that aren't on this screen, by the way. I don't have no I'm not a CFA. I don't have CTAs positioning and get that the sell side buy side orders and an up tape down tape, all that stuff. All right, I don't need it. All right, but I will say, look at the MACD. Now this is the daily. Just keep this in mind. Guys, we have banks that are still looming. Banks are still looming. Higher. I'm sorry. Again. Lower highs. Higher lows. Okay? Well, there's a nice pennant there. So where is it going to break out to? The up or the downside? Looks like it might be to the upside if you look at it here with the day we had Friday. But that could also be a double top. Or a triple top if you want to actually count the day. But I still would look at that as, yeah, a double top. One, two. And there was a tail there. So, you'll have to go back and watch. So what happened was, sometimes you got to look on the monthly. You got to look on the weekly, the daily, the out. You got to start from the bigger picture, look back, look from the outside in, like you're looking at it from outer space, and then zoom in, and then zoom into the city streets. Okay? I could only pray we get down here, which I think we could. So, what I want you guys to watch out for is banks. Okay? Because that banks or companies starting to report, maybe defaulting on their debt, maybe start hinting at bankruptcies. Do we see it overseas? There's something that could pop up other than this Fed and debt ceiling. These rates could start to hit. It's possible. All right. So you got to keep it on watch. I am terribly sorry for the way these charts look. Like I said last week, I felt as though we would come back and revisit these, so I never took them off. Because there's probably a level I have in there that I would try and go through and it wouldn't be there, and then I'm frustrated. But I will. I'm going to clean these charts up and use another screen for it. I could always save it. I'll save it and everything, but clear double bottom here, guys, on the SPY. Boom, boom. Again, this is our 100-day on the weekly. That's a 100-day on the weekly. Or the 100 weekly moving average. It doesn't sound right. Okay, I can go to the weekly chart and show you. On the Qs, it looks a lot better. All right, on the Qs, it looks a lot better. See how it was resistance? Broke above it. Boom. We broke above it, but quickly reversed, retested it, made it resistance. So, resistance, tailed up. What are we gonna do? All right. Only time will tell. We could have a sideways week. There's not much data. There is a holiday weekend that everyone's going to be coming back from. You might get one of these days really move. maybe Thursday, and positioning for the jobs data, or we get a move Friday, or we get random news. So we can see where the ES is trading at. All right. I gotta put in a whole lot of work, guys. I'm gonna make this thing so goddamn incredibly just. Cause I hate this industry. I do. I hate that they just want you to just sign up, and it's not even about the education. It's about your data. I hate that all they want is your goddamn data. Just give me your name and your address so I can get paid. So I can get, it's just so sick. It really is. It's so fudged. Alright. So, we're holding up here, guys. I want to see if I'm on a 30-minute, but this 421 level, guys, is where my eyes would be at if I were trading. Okay, I am trading. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So look at this MACD. See how it's curled down? We've had this big rally up, and then in one afternoon, it's already back down to the 0 line. So chances are, like I said, coming into tomorrow, I gotta see where we're at. All right, I'm gonna just look at everything. Because we haven't came down at all, and then our MACD, we're back down to the 0 line. So, man, I hope you guys were able to catch Friday, man. We told you guys to watch for it. We told you to watch for it. Watch for it. Watch for it. What happened? You got the signal, okay? What happened? What happened? No, I'm just playing. I love y'all. You guys know I love y'all. Okay, so guys, like I said, I'm going to be watching TLT. I'm going to be watching AI. We took a trade on that Friday. It was a hitter. I missed Ford. There was Ford and Tesla news. Okay. There was Ford and Tesla news. So, man, I really wish I could have got that, guys. I thought this thing was barcoding at first. See, it did. I don't think it looked like this when I looked at it. Which see this? This is what I thought it looked like at first. And I'm like, yo, are my charts playing tricks on me or something? I have real-time data, all that other crap. But it just, I don't know. Maybe in the heat of the moment, I was watching other things. Again, Friday was actually a morning Friday was going to be rare if I traded because I was just so busy in the morning. And if I wasn't able to have a confident game plan, really not even confident, but if I didn't have a game plan or didn't have enough time to get things going, I wasn't going to make a trade. But again, there was such a beautiful setup on AI that I had to take, and that's why I traded, because of the setup on AI. All right, and that was a double bottom gap up, or a gap up double bottom, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? That was a gap up. Double bottom gap up, and they're really good. These are good setups that you want to know and learn. Like, take a picture of this, go into your charts and take a picture of it. Okay, like set it, like save it. So next time you see a gap up, and you can't get below the closing price, and then it starts going, and you're breaking highs on increase in volume. Like, look at that volume bar through this high. Look at that. Boom. And then there you go. You got to pull back right to the 9 EMA. I don't even think people know what 9 EMAs are for. They just know it as the trade line. I follow it. I can use it to take profits. There's so much more to it, guys. There really is. There really is. I just, like, for instance, okay, you guys want to talk about break and retest. Oh, we broke and retest this level. Well, what if we broke it? Okay. Could you have signaled something between stochastics, volume, MACD, advanced decline line, RSI, like, just what are other stocks doing in the sector? You should be able to gather all the information you have and know whether a level that gets broken, if it's going to hold, or like the likelihood of it being going to be able to be hold or not. So you're not just sitting in a position where you're like, okay, yeah, this is my stop. I'm in. This is a break and retest, but with and not have any confidence. Like you should know, like yeah, it's a high. It if this breaks, it's going to surprise me. You know, you could get a break and a retest and say, I don't think it's going to hold. And all the people that saw the break and retest got in, and it was a failed breakout. Only to come back down, and they got stopped out. But you knew because you didn't just depend on a break and retest. Like that's not just that. That's not how professional money managers. It's not how professional traders run money. It's not how it works. Okay, in order for you to stay in the trade or get in and be, you need the confidence. You need something else, some other things to help dictate your reasoning on why. Okay, and then on that reasoning why should also dictate the amount of size you're willing to put on it. Now, if you just can't handle size, then no, buy a contract or 2 or 3 or 4. If you can't handle size, I wouldn't even be buying 5, 6, 7, 8 contracts or 10. I wouldn't even do that because you're going to be like, whoa. You might get yourself hurt. But I would expect if you know what I'm talking about and could feel, how I am in trades and I mean again, Friday morning, Sunday last week, we told you what we thought, and it played out to a T. We said look for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for the days of opportunity. We traded Monday and Tuesday. It was like one of the 2 days. All right, but Wednesday, Thursday, and then what happened Friday? So I used the tools that I have to give me that mindset. Okay, so when it comes, I'm already ready. I'm not just saying, there's some volatility here today. Chances are it's going to go up or down. I'm going to buy it both ways, and when the other one doesn't work, I'm going to cut it. Or I see the SPY going up, I'm going to, yes, there's supply and demand. Okay, there is supply and demand. But what are you going to do in a bull market when there's no resistance to be had, when you're just going higher? Like, the bull markets also offer so much opportunity as far as making trades easier for you to be in and to take. You just got to learn. Come join us Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4, Ivy League Trading. Okay, please hit the like and subscribe and share so someone else could get this information that may want to get it. All right, we'll be giving it tomorrow. So, that's what I'm actually just going to be watching that. I actually want to do some work on gold and such. Look at this. SPY and Qs are going, but the IWM is still damn near at lows, guys. The market cannot move higher if the Dow and the IWM and then if they can't, there can't be this gap. If there's this gap, they're going to come back down and meet each other for a healthy market where everything is going up. We could be in this stuff for a while, guys. I hate to tell you. Everybody's saying, yeah, end of year. It could be another 2 years, guys. We could just sit in a range for 2 years. It's very well possible. I mean, there's just a lot going on in the real world that may not just change and get fixed overnight. Like, where does the Fed want to be? Yes, I know that they want to be at 2%, but what happens about all the issues that are created from the interest rates and all that? Like, then there's that, Yes, they lower interest rates, things get bad enough. But, so I think this is going to last a whole lot longer than people think. I don't think people are giving this enough time, They're not giving it enough time. Look at the Dow. Dow made a lower high. So if you can take that for what it is, all right. Um, Dow's making a lower high. IWM still at lower lows, guys. Think about this like a pyramid, please. Think about it as a pyramid, and you have the bottom, and then the top is real small. You could even flip it upside down or something, but still, if the market's going higher, the SPYs and the Qs are going higher, but yet the Dow and them are practically still down here at lows, it's telling you something. Because what happened here? All of 2020 into 2021. The IWM never made a new high, and I talk about this a lot because history does repeat itself. Not in the same form or fashion. Actually, maybe it is the same form or fashion. Look, it tried to go with the market, with volume. Completely rejected and got smacked. And then it didn't just get smacked, that was the start of the bear market. While the SPYs and Qs made new highs, the IWM never made a new high. The Dow, the SPY, the Qs, they all made a new high. This told you. You know why? You know what the IWM is? The IWM is risk. It is risk. It is riskier than the S&Ps and the Qs. Okay? There are levels of risk. And different equities, or ETFs, I should say, you could practically put a number on them. State, 1, 2, 3, 4. What stage is this? This is probably a 3. So it's all forms of risk, like Bitcoin, all that. But Bitcoin is, again, more of a currency. It's a risky currency. There is a risk level to it that is different from other things like the euro, okay, or the US dollar, okay? So start thinking about the market like this. What stage of risk is it? Like, what is ARK? ARK is risky, okay? Companies that aren't making any money, or if they are making any money, very little, and they have a high debt to them. Not all. I'm just saying. Like, this is why the IWM is risky. These companies could have a lot of debt and hardly any cash flow. So, this is your risk level. This is like top tier, for the most part. Okay. Then you go to the SPY and whatnot. Then, you're a little safer. You're a little safer. The Qs, I would say, are riskier than the SPY, but they're going. But again, they also got smacked. And they have some very good Qs, have good companies in them too. Like SPY, Qs, and Dow, yeah, but like they have good companies, but So let's see. The Qs broke the 100-day, alright? Qs broke the 100-day. I'm going to leave you with this. Alright, again, I'm going to make it my promise. The next live stream is going to be a lot better informed, detailed, and scheduled, all that. Alright? I want to put out a good product. I wasn't able to get the time that I wanted to this weekend, but it is what it is. You trade, you do when you can, not when you want. So we're coming into this resistance level up here, guys, and we're coming into the 23.6 fib. 23.6 fib. All right. That's what I got. We're overextended. Where is the NQ? Alright, and before I go, guys, I really want to wish y'all good luck if you did get the Celtics or the Heat. I don't know why the Celtics are looking so damn bad, This is a daily. And see, look, guys, it's trying to turn around. So that was my thoughts, but it changed. See, now I started to change my mind looking at a shorter time frame. When that MACD and the volume and such, you probably don't know. But the MACD is already back down to the 0 line, and it hasn't even hardly pulled back. That's going to help extend it higher. So we got to keep that on watch. And then if it extends higher, watch for the TLT to go down. If the TLT is going up or the SPYs are going up, watch for the TLT to go, or if the SPYs going down, watch for the TLT to go up. Not in all cases. There was a time when they were like, kind of doing the same thing. They still are like still in that phase, but getting out of it. And watch the banks. You could always really it's the banks and TLT. You know that's your in first. But with this banking stuff going on, it's there may really be the inverse. I don't know. I have to compare the two. I've been doing a whole lot of other things. I gotta look at here. I'll bring this up, guys. We'll pull up the 15-minute real quick. Do you see what I mean? See how the MACD is down on its zero line? Alright, and you're still holding the gap up. Alright. So I would be giving it to here. If you wanted to be long. But anything below here is there, that's where your stop's at, and then you're going down, baby. Alright. I wanted to look up gold, but I forget what the gold futures thing is. NOCL is crude. So I kind of wanted to looking at crude, but I don't know if there's going to be much going on with it, but we do have some data. So again, that's all I have, everyone. If you do watch TLT, watch the 10-year, watch the SPY, watch the IWM, watch the Qs, watch them all. You got to watch everything. Alright, watch them all. So, yeah. Sorry, it's just a little sidetracked. See, I had to see I want to see where the Qs open up, because we could also get the TLT could also do the same thing where it pulls back right around this high. Okay, it pulls in right around those highs, which is what we call a break and retest here. This would be a break and retest if we came back down to here. All right. See if it holds and goes higher. If not, it can always go lower, guys. It's making lower highs, and it's starting to look like it wants to roll over. So this could just be to suck them all in, to wear them all out, So, all right. It's Justin and Ivy League Trading here. Please, if you could, I try and put in a lot of work. I just try and give a lot of good information. I want to work on giving good information, okay? I got to rewatch these things. I got to go back. I don't have really anybody commenting, liking, or, well, not liking stuff. I don't have anybody commenting, asking questions, but man, if you could, please like. Could you share it? Could you subscribe? It would be greatly appreciated, okay? Especially if you could pass it on to someone else that really, really may need it, may want to ask a question. Maybe I help them out, and then they help you out for bringing them to the channel, because you never know who could choose this information. Seriously. Alright, and I hope you guys had a great Memorial weekend. It's time to get to work. I'm getting a little tired, but I can't sleep. I can sleep. Don't get me wrong. I could get knocked out right now, but I have to go. I got to put in the work before tomorrow morning. I got to get there's stuff I got to do. So, with that said, man, please like, subscribe, and share. Think about the person that would like to see these things, would like to be on this stream. Alright, if I've earned a like, hit the like button, hit subscribe, pass it along. Monday through Friday, 7 to 4, we are live right here on YouTube. You can ask me any question, whether it's about the market, about myself, a ticker, my thoughts, whatever, okay? Please, I'm going to end on this. Tell your family you love them. Spend as much time with them as you can, because we don't know how much time we have here. All right? And with that said, I am going to say sayonara. Peace. Adios. You guys have a great night. I will see you all in the morning, 7